Okay. So, good morning, good night. Whenever you're listening to this podcast, I hope you are well, at peace, having a good day, having a good morning. I know most people listen to podcasts while they're driving. A lot of mothers listen to podcasts, while they're cleaning or doing whatever with their children. Um, my name is Kikora Elcock. This is the start of my podcast. I only thought it was best to start it on February 1st because it's the start of Black History Month, and it's the start of Black Excellence. And my podcast is basically going to be um, focused on mothers in Black excellence, basically. So, the reason why I wanted to start this podcast is because you don't see a lot of podcasts focused on mothers. You don't see a lot of podcasts focused on African American mothers. And when you do hear of podcasts focused on us, they're mostly bashing us about the father that we picked of our children or what we did wrong as mothers, or it's really depressing. It's not even on a positive light. So my podcast, I do want to talk about downs, but I also want to talk about mostly about ups. As we talk about African American mothers, let's talk about those ups. Um, that's basically what I want to talk about. If you have a topic that you want to hear about, you can email me. If you want to talk to me on my podcast, you can also email me. My email address is luv76c at gmail.com. Again, my email address is luv76c at gmail.com. So let's just get started. Um, the first topic I've always wanted to, talk about is just mothers in general. We do a lot. We cook, we clean, we carry children. We are awesome in our awesomeness. Uh, the reason why I wanted to really start this because mothers don't get enough accolades as it is. We don't get enough support when we're by ourselves. We just, people see us as super women, but sometimes we are not super women. We get down. We get into our down modes, and sometimes it's hard. It's really, really hard. I know this week, uh, just this week, it's been like really hard for me, and um, I'm not trying to make this about religion or make this towards make anybody feel like oh, she's gonna be talking about God, but I had to really get down and pray and say, God, get my mind off of all of those bad thoughts that uh, are in my mind, because this is just, it's getting tough for me this week. And I mean, a lot of people don't realize that, we have our ups. And I'm one of those people, I love my children. I love having children. I am just a happy mother of 5. They're 17, 12, 13, 2, and I have a 6-month old. So motherhood is what I love. Anybody who tells you is like, man, I love being a mama. I love going on trips with my children. I love doing so much. I love finding little different things that the kids can do. It's just so much that, as a mother, that you can do with your children, and it's free. So this week was a struggle for me. And every week we all have our struggles every week, but this week was really, I was really struggling with a lot of things. And I mean, I have a real big village that helps me, a really big support team. So I really feel like if I didn't have my support team, um, it would be different. But I have a big support team. Like my mother is big on, always making sure that my emotional needs are met, my physical needs are met. She's always, there to make sure that my mental needs are met. Like, it's just like, okay, what do you need? Do you need to relax? Do you need to eat something? Do I need to take the kids away? What do you need? So it's like I have a mother that's always there to support me. Also, we always are bashing a lot of men, but you know, there are some great men out there who help women. So I have uncles who are always, there, present. I mean, their father is present too, but uncles, we never talk about other family members who help out. Like, family members are, I give a big ups to my family, like cousins, mom, aunts, uncles. It's just like, yeah, they're big on helping. So, but this week was really hard. And I mean, this is just an introduction. So I'm really kind of scrambling around here. But I really want to get into like a lot of other things that, mothers go through. But right now I'm just talking about me. I'm just getting into me. Um, I want this podcast to be really personal. Um, I want you to feel like, hey, I'm talking to you. I don't want to feel like I'm just talking about me or talking at you. I want to feel like I'm encouraging you to do better or encouraging you to do something. I know a lot of people say, well, what is there to do with your kids? And I live in Detroit, Michigan. Woo woo, the Lions did really good for NFL season. We didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but hey, it is what it is. I had to put that in there. Um, but there is so much to do for kids, and people like slip on the stuff that there is to do for kids in Detroit. Like, there's a lot of stuff to do. Like, we have splash pads, you have the museums. They're always having like little free events everywhere downtown for the kids. Like, me and my children go every summer. Um, we go to the movie nights that they have free. At Campus Martius they have them. They used to have them at the riverfront, but this year I'm gonna have to look because I know they still do Campus Martius. But they do free movies. You can set up your little picnic and have your little snacks for the kids. This is free stuff. Now I know parking is not good, but hey, I already stay downtown, so we might take a Uber, go down there, have a couple of, watch the two movies that they have, and then catch an Uber back, or, we'll have Daddy come back and get us. But it's like, it's a lot of stuff to do here in Detroit for the kids. Like, and not even in Detroit, like around in Michigan, it's so much. Like, there is so much stuff to do. Like, there's stuff to do at Great Lakes Crossing. Um, there's this one mall, and I can't think of the name, but you guys, I'm gonna come back and give you the name of that mall. There is so much to do. They have, like, in the summertime, they have $2 movies, and my first lady loves the $2 movies. She's always asked me like, where are your little movie gigs at? And I was like, I can tell you where they're gonna be, because she does a summer day camp. And I'm saying, like, and then they have free swimming during the summer. The recreation centers open there, the pools up for the kids. It's so much to do. Detroit is really coming back. I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff, but there's a lot of good stuff, and people don't talk enough about the good stuff too in Detroit. Me being a mother, uh, I see that. Like, we don't talk about the good stuff that's happening in Detroit. We're always talking about the bad stuff. We need to focus on positive. That's why I started this podcast. We need to focus on the positive. Even if you don't live in Detroit, Michigan, and you want to show off the stuff that's going on in your city as a mother, you want to tell people about the different stuff that's going on, do it. I mean, send me a message, send me a link, send me something so I can let other mothers know that this is a circle for mothers. We need a space where we can say, hey, what's going on this week? I'm going to try to do this podcast every Wednesday. I'm going to make Wednesday my day. The reason I'm going to make Wednesday my day is because Monday is really crappy for mothers. If you know, that's the start of a school week. That is We're trying to get uniforms ready on Sunday. We're trying to do all our stuff. We're trying to get lunches. We're trying to get our lives together. Then Tuesday comes around and we're resting. And I mean, like I tell you, I'm in the church. I have Bible study on Tuesday, so I'm trying to make sure I get in my Bible study on Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm straight. I got it. I got it. So I'm gonna try to do this every Wednesday, or Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. But I just thought it fitting to start it on the first day of Black History Month. And the first day of Black History Month is Thursday, February 1st. It's 2024. Woohoo! My kids think I'm old because, you know, the years are going so fast too. But like I told you, I have teenagers, so they think I'm old. But I just told my daughter like the other day, like I was like, uh, I used to be an African dancer. You need to show me the African dance that you're doing for Black History Month. I don't want you going out there embarrassing mommy, because I was the African dancer. But I mean, there is so much we could be talking about on this podcast. And I really don't want this to just be small. I want this to be big. I want us to come on this podcast, talk about the mother things, talk about all the things our kids go through, talk about different tips that we have. Like, let me tell you. So, I just, I, I'm a Temu mom. I don't know if anybody else knows about Temu. It's the app where they have like good stuff. But I buy a lot of kids stuff off of Temu. I buy my stuff off of Temu too, because I'm a mom, and yes, I'm looking for a good bargain. But Temu is the app for a lot of stuff. So like I buy so much stuff. Like I bought a chair for my 6-month-old so he could sit in it, and then my 2-year-old started sitting in it. So I bought it for her too. So we have 2 blow up chairs, and she wants both of them. So she'll sit in one, put her legs in the other one. So I feel like I should buy 4, but not, because I don't want to have 4 chairs, blow up chairs in my house. We already got enough stuff I'm trying to get rid of. I'm trying to clean out. I'm purging right now. Um, I have this group that comes to the house, brings me diapers and wipes. And if you guys don't know, there are a lot of free programs in Detroit, Michigan. They help moms out. They'll bring you diapers, they'll bring you wipes. And if you need to get rid of that baby stuff, they will help you get rid of that baby stuff. They will come, bring you your wipes and your diapers, and they will take the baby stuff with them. Hallelujah. Yes, they will take the baby stuff with them. So, um, so we're purging right now. We're trying to get all that stuff out of here. I'm trying to clean up. Really, I do most of my cleaning. Uh, for you guys, I don't know what time it is for you guys, but for me right now during this podcast, it's like 1:00 in the morning. So I'm like, I wash at night because the kids are asleep. And we don't talk about that enough. Moms, we don't care what time it is, what time the kids went to bed. We get our quiet time in. Like, and I think we need that quiet time. We don't care what time it is. We get that quiet time in. We need that quiet time. We love that quiet time. So, but yeah. But I don't know. I keep going back on what I want this podcast to be. And, you know, I'm hoping that it will just flow and just go, and that it will be the best podcast, and it'll help somebody out. I really wanted this podcast to help somebody. I don't want it to be like one of those podcasts where people be bashing it like, oh, it was horrible, and it was the worst I've ever heard. I don't want it to be. I want it to be positive. I want it to be on a good light. I mean, I want us to talk about our embarrassing moments that we have. Like, let me tell you, there are times when I go in the store, and if the right music is playing, I will go down the aisle and I will dance. Okay, I will dance, especially if there's a good Backstreet Boys or NSYNC song on. I will dance. I'm dancing. I don't care. I'm dancing. So, but I want this podcast to really be something that a mother looks forward to listening to, something where, if I find out an event, I'll be like, hey, moms, such and such date. Actually, there is in Detroit. Let me tell you guys, and I don't know if this is going to get to somebody. I don't know if it's going to help. I don't know. But there is an event in Detroit, Michigan, and it is on. I'm going to tell you guys when this event is. It is actually coming February the 3rd. The event is a community event, and it's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. They're giving free giveaways. It's going to be job opportunities there. There's going to be different services there. So that's just a community event. If you're a mom, take your kids, go. If you're not a mom, go. We don't go to enough events that are free where they're giving away stuff. We don't go to enough of those events. So um, it's free. It's February 3rd. It's at 2142 Community Church. Or maybe I read that wrong. Hold on. I read that wrong. That's not the address. The address is 7526 Grand River Avenue. The church is 2142. That's what their church is. It's community church. But it's 7526 Grand River Avenue. It's a community event. Go. Check out the free stuff that they have. Check out all the free stuff that they're giving away. I mean, I don't know. You might get a job from there. You never know. There's so many events I go to, and I just go to them because I'm trying to see what's going on in my community. I'm trying to see what's going on in my children's school, just what's going on in the city. I go to a lot of community events. So I'm hoping that the podcast will help somebody get in tune with that. One of not my mother's friends, one of my daughter's friends was talking to me, and she was telling me, like, you are so involved outside of so much stuff outside of the home. I'm like, you have to know what's going around. We just came back from Tennessee, and there was so much stuff to do. We're going back. I feel like if you don't do anything else, take your children traveling, because traveling is the thing to do. And if you don't have the money for it, there are actually ways you can, it took me about, I'll say, 6 months to pay for that trip. I saved up the first half of it, like in March, and then I paid for the rest of it a couple of months before we left. And I'm just saying, if you find a way to pay for it, like me and my mom are QVC addicts. QVC addicts. We will QVC it out. Don't get us wrong. We love pay as you go, because sometimes you don't have it all, but it helps to be able to pay for it sometimes. So, but I'm not going to make this podcast long because this is just an introduction, but I want you guys to get involved. I don't want to make this too long. I just wanted to give an introduction. I'm going to come back next week with a topic. I'm going to make sure that I stay on it, because I'm one of those people who stuff can get away from me. So I'm going to make sure that I stay on it. Again, if you have a topic, if you want to join in on a topic, if you have some events that you want me to, shoot out there for anybody to hear about, just let me know. Again, my email address is luv76c@gmail.com. My name is Kikora Elcock. I'm just a mom trying to talk to other moms, just trying to, start a podcast for us to have a circle. Hey, you might meet a friend on here. You might hear somebody and be like, hey, she lives where I live. We should hook up, because I don't want this to be, hey, we're not celebrities. We're just moms trying to do the best that we can as moms. Um, and that's what I want this podcast to do. This is Kikora Elcock on Mothering It Out. Peace, love. Hey, stay happy. Don't always be a Debbie Downer. Stay happy. And just stay safe because it's hard out there now. So stay safe. And hopefully, well, no, I'll talk to you guys next week, next Wednesday. Bye.